And that's Thomas.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal. This is Thomas. We're all here in beautiful Niagara
By the lake.
and we are supporting a really fun
You have to go across
cause.
there.
Thomas,
Ooh,
there's
bye,
everyone on
everyone.
the camera.
And so that's the Happy Cafe. Right. So
So today we've got a really fun segment. We're going to learn all about Anu's art and talk about how art and emotions go hand in hand. All of the things that she's trying holistically to impart while showcasing her art, and little pieces that are just so transformative in so many ways that I think it's a piece of Anu in your homes. Yeah, let's Anu, take it away.
so I'm an abstract expressionist and I paint people's thoughts, feelings and emotions. So people kind of find it strange and they say, how do you paint someone's thoughts, feelings and emotions? And that seems to be such an interesting question that I get very often. And I say to people that we are all about emotion, that's energy in motion. And I always like to take a metaphysical viewpoint to how we as humans exist in the universe. And if energy is in motion, then emotions are something that we all should celebrate, and we all oscillate at different frequencies. So, what if I was able to capture an essence of that from someone's comment or an experience or something that they're sharing in their lives that's important or painful or celebrations, and put that on canvas? So, you cannot fake it, you have to really feel it.
I love it, and you do it so often and so naturally. I mean, Happy Cafe itself is a concept that brings in people to converse and have great conversations, get to know each other, and exhibit little pieces of themselves. You're putting yourself out there. It's fantastic, and people from all over the world is what you told me. So
Yay! Let's have
the Niagara
Happy
Wind
Cafe.
is exciting today. It wants to participate too. But yeah, it's so great to be able to do some of this. Definitely, I want to showcase some of your artwork. So I'm going to move the camera so everyone can see a bit of what this looks like firsthand. So Anu, if you can get right over there and tell us, a little bit about your art and what each piece
I'll
talks
start
about.
with this one, and I live in a high tower.
Stand right
So,
over there.
the view that I get from 700 feet and above is all with the clouds. And so I was very inspired that how clouds keep changing their shapes. And just like energy that keeps flowing and changing, so also clouds keep moving and changing. And so one day I was watching a beautiful rainbow in the clouds, and that's what captured my, I guess, wish in terms of creating this beautiful piece here.
So is this the rainbow kind of effect that you have coming along over here?
Yes.
And then this is sort of a little bit of the cloud coverage, is it?
That's true, but also, as I said, it's all about emotion. I look at the chakras. As humans, we are made of the 7 chakras, and the colors of the 7 chakras are synchronicity with the nature as well as with the rainbow colors. So in this, you'll see all of the colors of the chakras, starting with the divine purple, and it kind of flows similarly into all of these paintings. So there's
And these
the
are
divine
beautiful.
purple.
Like, I love this one.
Yes,
This
the
one's
indigo.
got just so much life and so much energy. But blue is my favorite. I've got to say, I think this would go with
This is about the sun kissing the ocean every single day without fail. And it talks about how we can also give back with compassionate love and be kind like the sun, not expecting anything else from anyone, but just give, give, give. So I have more paintings to show, but I want to do a quick demo of my flow style.
Oh wow, so get this, we're gonna do a live demo where Anu's gonna actually paint. Oh, can we get rid of this little thing over here? There's like a
It doesn't
small,
matter, just
it's fine?
expand the screen. It
we
won't show
go.
up anyways. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
And then you can just tilt the camera towards the canvas.
Towards the canvas, here we go.
So,
So we have a canvas right
we have a
there.
primed canvas, and I always say that every canvas that needs to be utilized should actually be
I'm gonna let you
primed
replace
so that your canvas is available, or your painting is available for 500 years plus. So I do something called a free flow style. And so usually I have either a bottle or an empty bottle that I use. I'm going to start with the divine color of purple. And my paintings are done in layers. So I'm going to mix this purple color in here. So if I don't have a bottle, I'll reuse anything else I can find in the kitchen, like what I'm using here. Because we just cooked some delicious food, which we're going to enjoy after this. And I just allow for the paint to flow. And somewhere, sometimes, that gives me the direction to where it flows and what I want to create. So I try to be very organic. And people might think at this stage that I don't have any idea what I'm going to make. And in some cases, that's true. But in most cases, I have a pretty good idea what I'm going to create. But I have to wait for the paint to flow. Otherwise, what happens is the paints get mixed. And actually, Harish, my friend, who is watching us right now, has seen this technique. Remember, Harish, when we went to the school in Coorg and we worked with the children?
Yes, yes, I do remember.
And they had so much fun doing this. Everyone chose their favorite color and everyone got a chance to, pour out their favorite colors. And then it was one of the most enjoyable experiences. This one's empty. So I usually always go with chakra colors. So as you can see, I've used the divine purple. And then I'm going to use also a bit of the green, which is heart. And the red, which is the root chakra, which is also a very powerful chakra in our bodies. And then later, when we come back and this section of the colors have dried, I will basically, oh, that did not mix very well. So I'll just use my hands, which I do sometimes. It's all about being like a child, finding your inner purpose, and without ego, be like a child to be able to really express what the divine wants you to express. And so I'm just going to leave these, and then we'll come back and we'll actually do a free flow movement. And then we'll also do a style which will allow us to learn layering, as well as, when we finish this painting, which we'll show you through the process. It won't take the whole of the session, will take a little longer, but you'll see how this whole painting will change.
That's
Do you have any
amazing.
questions, or shall we go and show you some more of my work?
Yes, let's see some more of your work and tell us about what the inspiration is for all of the different pieces that you have here for us. Oh my gosh, look at this. This has got some gorgeous color. I love the gold and how it's interwoven with all of the other beautiful colors.
Thank you. So as you know, I paint on the floor like you just saw me, and I usually paint an entire roll of canvas. So this was a part of a larger painting where I talked about the ocean. I like to talk about the ocean because also water is such an important element in our bodies. It is what we see in nature, which is the divine synchronicity of all of the elements, the 5 elements of fire, water, earth, and earth exist within us. So this painting is all about the ocean. And then as it flows into earth, Mother Earth, you can see all of the colors represented. Again, the divine colors of purple, the heart full of love, the root chakra, which is determination, and then the yellow chakra, which is all about you as your innermost powerful being. So that's what this whole thing is.
So Anu, when somebody purchases a painting, what is the wish that you have for them when this goes up in their home? Is there anything that you sort of want to achieve with trying to get them to feel a certain way, or think a certain way, or get the space to react a certain way?
For sure. That's such a great question, because automatically colors add a certain value to your emotion, the way you feel. Blue is one of those colors that makes you feel really, really good. And also it makes you cool. So someone puts this in their dining room space, they won't eat so much, they'll stay more calm and peaceful.
I love it. Look at that. It's a diet plan too.
Yeah, or their bedroom. So that's something I really like about colors. So typically I'm looking to invoke a kind of happiness, but also a soul search that almost all of us do through every experience, whether it's meditation. So the painting is the same way. The fact is, we are all brought up with a certain belief system, or we believe in a paradigm of society that tells us this is good and that is bad, and blue is this and red is green. But for each human being, every color represents something beautiful emotionally. And that's what I'm trying to invoke, a feeling within them that is childlike, non ego, soul based, pure joy. And every single time they see that this painting, because it's abstract, the mind doesn't have a belief system, so the mind is constantly trying to understand the painting. And so it'll always be synchronous with your life. So if you've had a different experience, or you've had an experience with the ocean and you come back to this painting, you'll have a different meaning for this painting.
I love it. Well, how about we do a quick experiment? You have an audience right there. I'm going to ask them to tell us what they feel about your next painting. So we're going to show them your next painting and figure out what emotions it evokes in them. If they put it in their space, what they feel it would result in.
Yes.
And then we'll figure out if that matches with what your vision of that painting is.
Sounds good. I can
All
see
right.
Harish, who's also my spiritual mentor. And a really good
Amazing.
friend, so we can
Harish,
ask him.
you're up next. This is the painting. Can you see it? It's right there. Are you able to see it, Harish?
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. So now that we have this gorgeous original Anu Vittal, we'd love to find out what emotions it evokes for you and how you view paintings and artwork in your home or in your life.
Well, my immediate reaction is one of, you know, it almost depicting the circles of life.
I like
The
that.
entire
Right.
the entire world and the entire universe actually is a circular one. So life is about a full circle. So that's how I look at it, and the different colors to me portrays what I call different facets of life and different planets also. I may call it the universe. So I think the circle represents to me a complete cycle of events in life. You come a full circle in life, and then realize that you come back to your starting point, and they say that's how I learned to live life about. It's a full circle, and there are many such lives, and I think different planets, and that's cosmos for me.
That's awesome, Harish. Thank you so much for your insights. I've got to say that the continuity and the full circle aspect of life, it just resonates so much with so many people because, everything in life is circular, right? We laugh about how fashion comes back over and over again, how, you paint something a certain color, you think it's out of fashion, and then, a few years later, everyone's doing it again. So, yes, I think that that circular nature of life, of how we go through these stages and we come back and find ourselves sometimes back to where we started our journeys. I think that's just so profound, and seeing that in art, seeing that in your home, being able to connect with that's so powerful. So thank you so much for that. Is there anyone else who's on this call who might want to say a few words or
Not yet.
Not
but
yet?
There's
Okay.
some people who
Still
want
joining?
ask
All
questions a
right.
little later.
Lovely, lovely. Well, Anu, we'll go right back to you and figure out how close Harish was to your interpretation and how much of, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about in terms of that?
He was very close because there is no right or wrong with any of my paintings.
I love it.
Jewel was just saying to me, "Is this correct?" And I said, "The best thing is I don't sign my paintings because
don't?
till the person buys it, I
Oh, I
only
see.
sign after because everyone wants to be able to position the painting in their home, in their space,
Right.
the way they best see fit.
Right.
And I think that's fun because it gives them that playfulness with the painting and the piece. So
So they're customized
it's
to what they'd
customized.
like it to display as. Oh, that's great.
And also
love
for
that.
clients or interior designers and architects who buy my pieces, they'll cut out a piece of the composition and the size that works just right for the space that they're designing for their clients. And a lot of times they'll send pictures of the whole painting or the roll, and then the client will say, "Oh, I love this and I like that." and
Oh,
maybe a little bit of
beautiful.
blue, and then we make sure that we add that in there and
Oh my
make it
gosh,
beautiful.
look at that. A customized art piece just for your space. I think that's worth so much. Can you tell us, Anu, a little bit about some of the places that have benefited from all of your, your passion and your energy and your expertise? Some of the places that have had your paintings and some of the reactions after and how it's made people feel.
So we've done homes, of course, and offices. I think the funnest project was we've done hotels, restaurants. My favorite, actually, there are two. One is for the painting piece itself, which was the bar facade of a restaurant called Masala Art, and it was an Indian fusion restaurant, and they wanted to have a design whereby they could showcase all of the spices. So I came up with this concept of my grandmother's spice cupboard, and as you know, garam masala has almost 40 spices in it. So we created a facade where little shelves, it looked like little shelves inside of little bottles on shelves inside my grandmother's cupboard that showcased the different spices. So we actually used the spice, we covered them in cellophane, and then because I do a lot of abstract work, which also is mixed media, we had this whole look and feel. And when people were eating in the restaurant, they would say, "Oh my God, I love the taste of this! And what is that spice?" And then the waiter would actually go and show them the spice and
Oh,
on the bar, which I thought was a
that's
very interactive
phenomenal.
experience.
That is really
That was
awesome.
fun. And then in the mall at Erin Mills, we actually created a 100-foot long mural, which was 100 foot by 6 foot. And we had the entire community participate. Everyone got to paint a little bit of this
Oh my gosh.
mural. And initially, it was supposed to be a temporary installation, but they liked it so much, they actually made it into a permanent feature, which is in the central atrium of the Erin Mills Mall.
How
So,
incredible. That
mhm.
must have been such a revitalizing exercise for the whole community. I can only imagine how many lives it touched and how when people walk past that mural, they can say, hey, there's a little bit of me in an Anu creation.
And our adults become like children when they're doing that, because all we would do when they were passing by in the mall would say, "What's your favorite color?" And they would say, "Oh, I want purple." And then say, "Okay, I want a little bit of green and a little bit of blue." And then everybody would go and paint. And now kids will say, "Mama, Mama, I painted that." And then the mom will say, "Oh, yeah, that's my painting too."
How
So
exciting.
they
What joy that
feel
invokes.
co-creation with community is so important, more so than ever, especially in the corona times with COVID-19. People have realized that loving compassion to each other, co-creation with community, and collaboration is so important. And that particular painting that Harish talked about is also about concentric circles, 6 degrees of separation. How many times have we seen this happen in our lives, that someone knows someone, or someone we just met has just suddenly come back into our circle? It happened to us just this morning as we were driving to Niagara by the lake. We were looking for directions, and so we stopped and chatted with this guy who was jogging down the street.
I
And he said,
love
"Okay,
it.
go down this way. There's a coffee shop." And then we came back in, and we were cooking in the kitchen. And then Jewel looks out and says, "Hey, it's the same guy who helped us with the directions. He's in the cabin right next to us."
Oh, I
So
love
it's
it.
all about that. And if you realize that we are a collective conscious, that we as souls exist together, individually but also as part of the collective conscious, we would never hurt each other, we would never harm each other, because we are all in the same space, in the
There's a sense
same.
of belonging almost. We
Yeah.
almost belong to each other, just as the earth belongs to us. And so that sense of almost ownership, but when you own something, you treat it well. You nurture it. I think that is definitely a sense that sometimes is missing in a modern throwaway type society. So it's great that your paintings sort of redirect to inspire people with that kind of community feel.
Yes, and I've applied for a grant, a small grant, to do an exhibition on this very topic, having listened to people's experiences of Corona and COVID, and trying to really take the best of it all. I'm not saying that there weren't challenges that were lessons, that were beautiful things that people learned, but using that to be able to showcase. So it's going to be like a spoken word with paintings exhibition, and I hope I get the grants so
Well,
we can
I am
showcase.
rooting for you. There is no no more deserving person that I know for something like this. And this Zoom call with Happy Cafe, hence the laptop in the video, in the cameras. I've
And the
got to say,
vineyards at
and
the
the
back.
vineyards in the back, and this beautiful.
Oh, the
Oh, are those
peaches.
peaches? Oh,
Peach
I love
orchard.
it. Look at that.
Wow.
And this gorgeous countryside. I think it's definitely something that's so incredible to share,
I'm going to put this
so
back.
incredible to continue and keep this momentum going for an incredible journey with wonderful people and a sense of community and sharing.
Yeah, and painting is such a great way to showcase your emotions where sometimes we feel like we're being judged. And the kind of work I do, which is abstract expression, allows for you to express yourself without having that fear, which we oftentimes have. As a child growing up, I always felt it was very difficult for me to express myself. So I would write. I wrote a lot of poetry. I would write letters to my parents who were literally 3 feet across me in the other bedroom.
Oh, that's
And
adorable.
then I figured painting was such a great way. So I started combining the spoken word with the paintings. And see, you can see this form is already changing. This is a very small canvas, but usually when it's a very large canvas, and I say large for me, it's 8 feet or 12 feet by 6 feet, the liquid of paint actually flows, and then when you move it, which is so amazing, you see different things happen and different colors merge. And then as you go forward, you will find that as you keep working on it, allowing for your emotions to emerge slowly, the whole painting changes. And that's something very, very important. People oftentimes want, especially painful emotions, to push them away.
Right.
But I actually have this technique of cook your emotions,
Right.
digest your emotions, and then once you do that, you will keep with you you um, what serves you and what lessons you learn, and you'll release those which you don't need anymore. But if you push your emotions away, especially the painful ones, you realize that you don't learn the essence of it or the lesson from it,
I
and
love
that's
that,
important.
because all of us through our journey have these times when we have painful emotions. Tell me, because I know that you look at life so holistically, what are some exercises or tips that you can give people on how to, help process these?
Mhm. um, I think the simplest thing is to be able to sit in silence. I mean, that itself seems like a very difficult thing to do. And if you were to give yourself permission or invite yourself to just find a space or a place, and it's funny, that it's strange. And if you're really going through some turmoil, I find places like your car or the toilet. I know it doesn't sound very exciting, but they're quiet places.
Those are
One of the
therapeutic
places you don't get
places.
disturbed. Just use that place. If you're taking a shower, let the hot water rinse through your system like it's flowing over your body. Allow for those, little droplets of water to touch your skin and feel your emotion in that process, and just invite and give yourself permission to just feel it for 5 minutes, and then don't judge it, just like clouds. Allow and let it flow. And I think that is one good technique. The other thing I like to use is when you're really feeling especially negative or sad, I call it the lotus of gratitude. Let it blossom. And what you can do is one of the two techniques. The first is just to count the 10 petals as your blessings, and then open your lotus and let it blossom and just stay with it. But if you really want to go a little bit deeper, on one side of the lotus, use those petals to showcase your blessings, and in the left side, allow for you to actually feel that gratitude. So for example, today I feel so much gratitude for this beautiful space that we're in, and I'm just going to close my eyes for a few minutes and actually feel it. And so my lotus is actually closed. My second would be my friends Thomas, Jewel, Crystal, who are with me and who are celebrating a happy cafe as physically as we can in the socially distanced new normal. And then my paintings, and then something else, and the beautiful food we're going to eat, and so on and so forth. So that's a great technique. And then my last and really fun thing to do is the GFD, the CFD, and the JFD. The GFD is gratitude filled day. The CFD is the complaint free day, and the JFD is just fun day, which we're having today at the Happy Cafe.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. And for all of you, oh, I think you might have a.
Yeah, thanks. That is so great. So, oh, there's more people waiting. Hold on. We need to accept them. There we go. So there's more people joining us. Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
A phone is really easy.
A phone
to do
would
this
be
kind
easier,
of thing.
yeah.
And I love Instagram Live. I find it it's super versatile.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should try
Yeah,
Instagram
we should
Live
try
next
that for
time.
next time. Get everyone to
So,
participate, have questions.
how long have you been online? Let's just see, because we've been talking for a bit. Anybody has a
Thomas,
time?
It is 5 to 1.
So maybe we want to end it,
Yeah,
unless you have any
let's do
questions.
that.
And then we can work on this a little later. We lost you for a few minutes. Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to log in back.
Uh-huh.
Unless you invited us,
Yeah,
you had to invite us back.
I think so. That's what's happened. So
You
that's
need a
fine.
moderator to help invite everyone back too.
So we're
So was
almost
my
done with the end
was
of our
my
session. Did you have any questions, Harish?
no? I just wanted to know was my interpretation okay, closer to what the artist
Everything is
wanted?
okay. That's the best part of these paintings. Everything works.
No,
Everything is
but
okay.
it
There is no right or wrong, just like life.
And I think,
yeah.
Harish, definitely your ideas and the explanation that Anu gave, there were so many commonalities. And I like that, I think from collaborating and having these kinds of sessions, people meet minds, right? And you really tend to almost be reflections of each other. So it's fantastic. Again, thank you everyone for being here on this journey, supporting Anu and her beautiful work. Again, Anu's paintings are up for sale. So she's put them out there. She's put herself out there. So definitely support her. Anu, do you want to talk about pricing and what you've done with keeping these affordable for people to roll up and take away and put in their homes?
Yeah, so I'm trying to be very mindful. I noticed that lots of people are buying art or participating in artful experiences. So we are going to do some very cool Airbnb things, including the fantasy forest paintings. At the same time, we're trying to keep them the prices at $100 and upwards.
Oh wow,
That's
beautiful.
something that I don't.
So if
normally
someone wanted to
offer.
purchase that one, how much would that be?
This one right now, this is a 3x3 painting, and I'm selling this for about $100. And normally I would sell this for about $450.
Wow, so that's
So
a deal.
I really want for people to enjoy it, feel good, and they say that in feng shui as well as in vastu, paintings have great energy. And so paintings carry with them not just the message and the beauty of the color, but a feeling that invokes beauty in their own souls.
So there you go, $100 for an original Anu painting. She will sign it when you purchase it. And if you'd like it tweaked to suit your space, you can absolutely request for any colors that speak to you or speak to your design, your decor style. Again, thank you everyone for joining. Anu, do you want to say last couple of words before we end the call?
So thank you so much for being a part of Happy Cafe, and this is our first live session at a location. Officially, we will have a more permanent location, or maybe we won't. I'm not sure how the world is going to flow, but I'm so excited to be here in this beautiful cottage at Niagara by the Lake with my gorgeous friends and all the people at Happy Cafe. Thank you so much for your support.
And buy the
your
art.
love.
Don't forget, you can text Anu and she will let you know how she's going to transport the pieces to you if you'd like to purchase them.
We ship all over the world.
There we go. Shipping all over the world. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye now.
One.
All right.
Okay. So this is actually the fun part.
Oh.
Everyone just pick up your little
How
brush.
do I end? Oh, there we go.
Everyone pick up your little
Our
brush.
actual commentator, for sure.
You're kind.